Hello everybody, Ray Garner with Garner's Games here to do my weekly comic review today from home. Due to the extreme cold weather that's rolled in, we were forced to close the store early today, so I'm working from home. But tonight we are doing Zatanna. This book is brought to us by James Campbell. He did both the art, the cover art, and the writing of this character. Now, first I want to compliment the art. This is just a beautiful opening splash page. She basically wakes up from a dream referencing a princess whose shadow is always crying, and eventually wizards separate the shadow. And we get a little bit of, I say, a collage of history involving Zatanna and a sister and her dad. And of course we do the showtime as she gets ready for the rehearsal. And they're performing in a, what is this, Terpsichore Theater, I think that's how it's pronounced. It's Terpsichore. And we get a whole lot of explanation about the theater. I'm going to guess that some of this references back to some of her father's run in the comics. Then we have this daring illusion that they're doing where they both stab each other with swords. And Zatanna's harness a little tight, so it kind of hurts her a little bit, but Adam, who's doing the trick with her, gets very concerned that he's actually stabbed her. Now we go into a very long collage here explaining the tie-in of various people, specifically the Lady White. How she had her hands in all these movies and things like that. And as they're going through, all of a sudden a bunch of hands come out of the pictures, attacks the crew, and drags them into the pictures. And of course, Zatanna follows. And then she's confronted by the Lady White, and she has to go around and save everybody. Now, most of this is done in single pages. There's a group of them actually done all on one page, which is a whole bunch of homages to classic movie posters. As an old movie fan, I really appreciate this. We get close to the final one. We're doing a musical number. And she has to jump to the last one where one of the characters is about to be shot with a bullet. And she literally does the catch it in her teeth trick. Then the movie gets paused, and we have a conversation between her and White about what else is going on. And then suddenly a sword does stab through Zatanna, and we find out it's Adam, the guy that she was working with. He seems to be somewhat messed up, by her. And as Zatanna is doing a spell to get the spell out of her, or the sword out of her, the Lady White whispers something in kind of scribbly, you can't read it. And it's almost like lightning strikes her through the sword. And then she's left laying with the glowing sword still stuck to her. To be continued next issue. Big fan of Zatanna, so not a big surprise. I really like this book. It is extremely well drawn. The art is amazing and immaculate in this book. The pacing is rather quick. And I know that's kind of a new trend in storytelling, is to make things happen really fast. I would like to see a little bit of return to a slower pace in the books, but I'm old, so that's probably not going to happen. I do love the movie references and the more classic theater concept, and Zatanna doing, you know, more of a show-oriented thing instead of just being a straight-up superhero all the time. This book was very enjoyable. It's a little lengthier read because there are a lot of words in this book. So if you're looking for an old school, I don't know how you say it, but 90s style where, you know, there's not a lot of words and a whole lot of action. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of words. But this book is great. I really highly recommend it. I imagine it's going to sell out pretty quickly, so don't hesitate to pick it up this week when it becomes available. And let the magic happen. See you in my next review.